make a directory website, but you're not really sure, like as you're going through the keywords, how do you validate a niche? How do you know if the keyword you found is actually one that you can actually rank for, and get some revenue coming in? I'm going to show you my process today using SEMrush. It is the tool that I use instead of Ahrefs. I like recommending it to people because it does have a free trial. So, if you're on a tight budget, you don't have to pay, a fee to use it. So you can do all your keyword research, in that 7-day free trial. So as you can see, I am already in SEMrush. I've done my wildcard search up here in the search bar for near me searches. If you've never used SEMrush before, you can just put the asterisk before near me, and what you will see down here below is we're going to basically get over 6 million keywords that have near me in them. So we're just going to go through these as if I, am sitting down and looking for a new niche for a directory site. This is going to be my exact process. Like I said, for validating a niche is one that I would actually, move forward on. Since there are over 6.6 million keywords here, the first thing we need to do is we need to narrow this down, right? We need to move all the noise, and just focus on the things basically where we're going to find the gems, right? We're looking for things that maybe no one else is targeting yet, that aren't like so hyper competitive that it won't take us forever to rank. And I find the easiest way to do this is search volume, right? Now for me, I will look at anything between maybe 3,000 searches a month all the way up to 30,000. I do have a lot of experience ranking websites though, so that might not be the range for everyone. So as you're looking at these options here, you can select one of the ones they just have for you. But what I like to do is do a custom range, right? So let's say we want to go with 8,000 to, we'll say 28,000, right? So we're going to click apply here, and that's going to only show us the keywords that meet that search volume requirement. Now, one thing you're going to notice as these results start popping up here is there's going to be a lot of things that are completely irrelevant, right? One-bedroom apartments, and then we're going to have brand names like Five Guys. Unfortunately, there's no like super easy way to get rid of these. You do have some filters over here that you can go through. For me, though, one of the things that I like to always do is exclude some keywords. I don't want a dollar sign. Actually, it won't let me in this tool. Never mind. But I definitely do not want best, simply because I don't want that in my URL. So I don't really want to see anything that's best. I want to see just the core keywords. So we'll see here. So, we've narrowed this down. We've removed best. We still have over 8,000 keywords to look at. That's quite a lot. It is default sorted by the highest volume, but what I like to do is sort by the keyword difficulty. Every SEO tool has, different metrics for coming up with keyword difficulty, and you can't really take them at face value since they are all so different. But they're good as like a general guideline, right? It helps me know, basically, is this something worth looking into, or is it basically going to be out of the question for me? So sorting this by the easiest to rank in terms of keyword difficulty, what we have at the top are things that are almost 10,000, so that's not bad, right? So we're just looking through here. Things like paint correction near me, that's going to be something that would be easy for you to do. If your directory site is going to be more like selling leads, like a rank and rent style directory site, that's not really the type of site that I like to build for directories, so I am going to skip that one. And then things like fluoride treatment near me. I can see that being very helpful, but again, not really the kind of site that I would build. We can look at it though and see if it's something that would be good, say if maybe you wanted to go ahead and target a keyword like this. So looking just at the keyword fluoride treatment near me, we'll scroll down here. So we've got total volume here for the keyword variations of almost 16,000 a month. And we'll just look here at the page one results that SEMrush is showing us. Looks like it's going to be individual dentist websites, so no type of directory site, right? Let's see if there's anything on page 2 here. Looks like no. So, if you wanted to target a keyword like this, clearly there is room for it here in the SERPs. They're just, like I said, showing a wide variety of things here, so there is no generalized directory. And, I can see how this would work because maybe not all dentists offer fluoride treatment, so it's not as simple as going into Google Maps for someone and just searching for, dentists that offer fluoride treatment. You could probably also sell featured spots to dentists if you wanted to go after this. Like I said, it is all local sites, ranking on page one, different dentist practices. So it does look like it would be relatively easy to rank, but I don't know if that is actually true. And while we're looking at the SERPs here for page one, one thing I want to notice is I know a lot of people are really familiar with the DR score in Ahrefs. So I just want to show you they do have a free tool where you can check that of any website. So if you see, something on here and you want to know like what is, the DR of this particular website, we can actually look that up. So as you can see, there's like, several different free tools that they offer. There is a backlink checker as well as website authority. If you only want to see the DR, you will look at website authority checker. I always use the backlink checker because it does show the DR, but it also gives you kind of a snapshot, of what the backlink profile looks like. And clearly that didn't copy correctly, so let me go get that again. Okay, so this is showing that this website is a 1.6. Not a ton of backlinks. Looks like what's showing up here, just junk links. They do have a Dun & Bradstreet link, which is, pretty high quality. Other than that, though, it seems to be mostly junk. And I think that was the top ranking page. Let's go back here. Yeah, that's the top ranking page. Let's actually look at this and make sure it's not a directory site. No, it is a dentist practice. This is interesting. Best pediatric dentist near me. They're clearly trying to optimize for the keyword as well. So, I do think you probably could give this a try if you wanted to. Again, only if you have an exact match domain though. Let's see if one's actually available. So there it is, fluoridetreatmentnearme.com. As of the recording of this, it's actually available. So if that's something you wanted to go for and you've beat other people who've watched this video, you could definitely try it and see what happens, right? Again, this isn't typically the type of directory site that I like to build, but I could see the need for it, how people would actually, want to visit the site. How you can monetize it. Dentists tend to pay a lot for things like that. So yeah, it might be something worth checking out. You could also probably have a page of affiliate links, promoting different fluoride treatments that you can buy like on Amazon and other places. So yeah, like I said, if you want to build this type of directory, it's definitely one you could go for. Page one looks pretty good. Again, not the type of directory I build those, so we're going to keep looking through the keywords. So we've got some other very niched down dentist topics that would probably work as well. Adult ballet classes near me. I kind of like that one. I suspect that it's not as easy using Google Maps to find the ballet schools that work with adults, as opposed to children. 23,000 total keyword variations here. So it looks like we've got individual stuff. Oh, look, we also have a Reddit thread ranking here. Another one down here. Let's see what this one looks like out of curiosity. So it's someone asking for this in a specific area. So these are great signs. Whenever I see individual Reddit threads ranking on page one that are, near me queries, even though Google is really favoring Reddit these days, when I see this tells me there is a big need for this, from people who are searching for this particular topic. Let's just double check that there's not a directory site on page 2 here. No, so this is definitely looking like something that I would go after. Authority scores here all quite low. Even though, like I said, there are no, generalized directory sites on here, so I wouldn't really worry too much about the authority score or the DR of sites that are ranking, simply because what we're looking at building is not what is out here, right? It doesn't seem to exist. We can see if the domain name is actually available. So looks like adultnearme.dance is available. Looks like maybe the .com is gone. Let's put in .com here. So yeah, the .com is taken. You could use like an .org or .net. Honestly, what I would probably do, because I prefer to always use a .com whenever possible, I would just add find at the beginning. So there it is. Find adult ballet classes near me.com. It's like super long URL, which I hate, but it, is a exact match domain, very keyword rich, should have a much easier time ranking since it does have the keywords in it. This is something I would definitely go for. These are more the types of directories that I build, things that are niched down, that are difficult to find in Google Maps, has, people looking for local stuff on page one. The problem with this, though, obviously is, we're going to have some restrictions in terms of monetization because people are looking for places where they could go, right? So what does that mean? We could monetize. We'll pick up display ads. We can sell featured listings. There may be, online classes where people can do ballet from home as adults that may have affiliate programs. And then we're going to have, a page of, basically what type of gear are you going to need to do this? So we could sell that. What else? Maybe there's like some type of like fitness, like video type thing or something that has an affiliate program that's like the types of stretches and stuff people have to do ballet. We could maybe, promote that. Or find someone, if you know how to do this yourself, or find someone who could do it for you, where you record your own course, basically types of stretches to do, workouts to do for people who are doing ballet, things like that. Then you have your own product to sell, on your website. This is definitely, like I said, one that I would look for. But we'll keep looking so I can show you some more examples that are actually good options. So again, we've got, tons of really niched down dental ones. Honestly, if my SEO agency was specialized in dental SEO, which it is not, if it was, I would build every single one of these niche down dental directories. And then I would have a page on there basically promoting my dental SEO, agency. So every time I contacted a dentist office, basically to sell them, on a featured listing, I would also mention, hey, we also have this package where we'll do dental SEO for you. If you buy both, maybe you get a 10% discount or something like that. So that's definitely something I would do if I had a dental SEO agency. Or if you want to start one, it'd be a great way to do that. Cupping therapy near me. I like this idea. I've actually got cupping done as part of physical therapy last year, and I know how difficult it is to actually find places that do cupping. Let's see what we have on page one here. So we do have Yelp. I also take Yelp as a pretty good sign on page one because it means, there's not a better directory ranking, right? And this is something that people are actually looking for with local intent. So yeah, this is definitely one I would probably go for. Let's see if the .com is available. Looks like it is gone. Again, you could get one of these other TLDs, but I really prefer the .com, so maybe find. Oops. Yep, that is the domain I would go with if I was going to go after this. We'll go back and look at the SERPs again because I realize I just kind of sped past it. So all very low authority sites. Just make sure this one isn't a directory. So now this is a, general local practice. So again, definitely one I would go for. Like I said, page one looks great. I'm also curious actually what this Yelp page looks like. Because I know Yelp actually they've done a lot of near me type of pages, which you can see from their heading here. So this one is specific to Washington, D.C. Like, look at this. They've done so many of these near me pages. I was noticing this the other week when I was doing research for a new directory. Okay, let's go back to the list and see if we can't find something a little different. Indoor track near me, that's a great one too. Let's look at it and see what it looks like. It's a little different than what we were just looking at. 27,000 total for the keyword variations. So we've got Yelp ranking number one. Let's see what that looks like. So again, it's one of their near me type pages specific to Knoxville. We have a Reddit one here, so that's Phoenix. More pages that are individually localized. And another Yelp page at the bottom. This is actually a really great one to see. If I had more time on my hands, I would actually edit this one out of this video and go after it myself, but I do not have time to do that. So let's see here. Let's see if an exact match domain is available. Like I said, this one is amazing. You could monetize this with so many different options too. Yeah, that's available. I hope someone takes this and runs with it, and I would love to know if you do and how it goes for you. What I would do with this is, I don't know if you'd have an easy time selling featured listings on this, but you'd obviously have display ads. You could probably make a lot of money with affiliate programs just by having a page of like, best running shoes, best, running shorts, best running tights, things like that. Basically that would be a great way to make money, and yeah, you can sign up for Amazon, but, go for things that pay more. I'm pretty sure Roadrunner Sports actually has an affiliate program, and tons of runners buy shoes from there, so definitely see if you can get in with there. Places like REI, right? They have all kinds of running gear that they sell. Let's see, what else could we do here? People who are doing running on indoor track, they're probably doing marathons and things like that, right? So find someone, if you can't do it yourself, record a course, or maybe do an ebook, basically how to prepare for a marathon, how to prepare for a 5K, how to prepare for a triathlon, things like that. Then you can also have a listing page on there, basically, if you wanted. I don't think it would cannibalize anything, maybe just have to start a whole other site, basically 5Ks near me. Things like that. So you have this whole portfolio of running related directories. Honestly, this is definitely something I would do. I would probably go the route of a collection of running related directories. What else could you do? You could actually get some great backlinks for this site too, just by, finding like small local 5Ks and offering to sponsor them, right? So, you'd be like, hey, I'm Shauna from Indoor Track near me. We basically, really want to support runners, in the various local areas. And I'd love to see about sponsoring your 5K. Now, the important thing here is you want to make sure that you are sponsoring events where you're going to get a backlink to your site, right? So a lot of times what happens is, these races and things like that, they have, basically a page that's a list of sponsors, right? And so you get a link on that. So if you can find several of those that you can do, you get some super, high niche relevancy backlinks to your site. You could also do the same with running clubs, right? Maybe, I don't know, maybe you, pay for them like Gatorade or something, right? For their meetup or something like that. And that's how you sponsor them. And then you get a link back. Look for running clubs that are already on meetup.com. Try to sponsor those, because then you'll get that super high authority link from meetup.com. It's definitely what I would do with this. Like I said, you can sell ebooks, courses, maybe things like nutrition for runners. You need to have like a cookbook maybe. I don't know. I feel like the monetization opportunities here are limitless. This is definitely something I would prioritize going after, like I said, if I had the time. We'll look for a few more and see what we can find, though. Okay, let's see if we can find something a bit interesting here. Gyms with childcare, that would be a great one to go after as well. Hiking near me, I would definitely not go after. I'm really into hiking, but there's sites like alltrails, .com and things like that. I wouldn't even try. A rabbit vet near me, that would be probably one that would do really well. Let's see what's actually ranking on page 1. Rabbit.org, what a great domain. So they look like they have kind of a directory built in here. Super weak though, just being an Airtable embed. You could definitely do better than this. I think you don't even have to put in much effort to do better than that. What else do we have here? Bunny Buddies. Oh, this might be a directory. So it's just for Texas, so never mind. Animal Kingdom could also be a directory. Nope, it looks like it is also localized. So, I mean, this looks pretty good on page 1. Let's see. Page 2, Rabbit Resource. Again, it's super localized, so there is definitely a need for, you know, like a national, like across the whole US here, breaking down vets who take rabbits. So yeah, that's definitely something I would look into. Oops, let's close that too. Swimming holes near me, then that's probably a great one. You know, it would probably take a lot of work, and it would probably actually only peak in the summer. I'm really not a fan of seasonal niches, just because you have so many months of the year. Actually, there's swimmingholes.com. You have so many months of the year where, you know, you're just like doing nothing, right? This is like a really ugly website. I'm curious what the traffic is, so let's find out. Shockingly, only 4,500. I'm really surprised to see that, quite honestly. Let's click on domain overview here. So it looks like maybe they got hit by some updates back in 2023. So clearly there is room for you to do this better. Oh, hidden swimming holes. That looks interesting. So this is a new site from June. It's just shooting up like a rocket here. Looks like, no, I was gonna say they had junk links, but no, there's like a niche relevant link right there. Let's see what this site actually looks like. Oh, it looks really good. So it looks like someone has already done this. It looks like they probably use an AI coding tool to do it though. So like, you know, like there should be pictures here, right? Instead of this little like lab beaker thing. Let's, they've also got waterfalls. Let's click on one of these and see what it looks like. So it looks very clean. It's got some nice, you know, data enrichment here. Some text, clearly targeting some long tail keywords. Really like this visit information over here. We've got, oh, this is really nice, the nearby attractions. I can tell though from the structure of these headings with the colons, this is obvious AI content that's not been edited. Weather conditions, that's really nice actually. So it's not surprising that this site is basically shot to the top, you know, in that chart we're looking at, because it, I mean, it looks really good. But why did they go to all this extra effort to make this so nice and not include a picture, right? That would really improve this this directory site. Seeing this though, I don't know if I would want to put in the work it would require to beat them, right? Just because, I mean, like they've got a lot of really nice information on this page, so you would have to do, at a minimum, everything they are doing plus, you know, a little something extra. So I don't really know that I would do that. Monetization is also going to be pretty limited to probably just display ads. So yeah, I would skip that. Let's see what else we might find here. Sourdough bread near me. It's funny. Waterfall near me, which we just saw on the hidden swimming holes. You know, and again, it's not really something that is going to have a ton of monetization options. Cake decorating classes. I mean, I really like this one. You know, it's probably evergreen. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I don't know what month this is that it's trending. Overall volume over 16,000. And I know immediately that we're going to have like Michael's retail stores offering these types of classes. We've got a Facebook group here. So there's Michael's, like I said. We've got a Reddit thread here. I'm curious what that is. So somebody in Philly who 8 months ago was looking for this information. I'm trying to see if anybody is linked. No, nobody is linked to a directory site. Let's see if this one is localized or not. So it is localized. So far page 1 is looking pretty good. Got a lot of localized options. The Facebook group, like, come on, right? The Reddit post, let's look at page 2. So we've got a YouTube channel. That's an interesting way to get more traffic to a directory site, actually. Another Facebook group, this one in Pensacola. So yeah, so we have no directories, right? We have several localized, like, brands, we'll call it, doing this. We've got national brands like Michael's, but then we have all of these super localized, Facebook groups, Instagram pages. What else did we have over here? Reddit threads. So that would be enough of a sign for me to go after this. I wouldn't really be worried, about the high authority sites like michaels.com and this .edu site ranking, because I would use an exact match domain to kind of give me the benefit of, that niche relevance. So I would come up for searches. So like I said, I would definitely try this one. Let's see if the .com is available. So it is taken. So again, what I would do is I would just put in find. Sometimes what I do is I put finder like that, but not at the beginning. I put it at the end. Again, find cake decorating classes near me. I would totally buy this, build this site. I think you could probably have someone or do it yourself, create a course, right? Sell it on your site. You could probably do a book. You could probably also sell recipe books through this, display ads. I don't know if you'd have an easy time doing featured listings or not, but I think you can make enough from the other monetization options that I would definitely do this. Get this exact match domain. Although now I'm realizing as I'm into this video and telling you all how I get exact match domains with just find or finder, I'm probably now going to have a really difficult time finding domains I want, so I probably shouldn't have done that. But yeah, these are the types of queries that I like to look for, when I'm making my directory sites, what I like to see on page 1. I'm not afraid of going after niches where there is another directory, but like I said, with the hidden swimming holes one, it would require so much work to compete with them that it would just not be worth it for me. I do wish we had seen some directories that I would go against. But I don't want this video to be super long. Hopefully, showing you the different, types of keywords that I target and how I validate them. Hopefully I've given you enough information to be able to do this on your own. If not, feel free to leave me questions in the comments below or shoot me an email. My email is on my YouTube profile, and I will try to get you an answer. Thanks for watching.